Hello everyone. This group 4. We are presenting the milestone 3 of our group project on BI Group Company. Our team is consisted of Aset, Zhanabayev, Shynggys Toremurat, and me, Sabit Shaikholla. Here's our outline for the following presentation. First of all, we'll talk about the capacity management and mainly on the system bottlenecks and capacity availability of the company. Following that, we'll talk about the location strategies of BI Group Company. Following that, we'll discuss the layout strategies implemented within the company, and finally, we'll conclude our project.
The company defines its capacity in terms of the projects accomplished for the year, and it measures it in meters squared. The company's strategic aim is to enter a top 100 construction companies worldwide. So, to achieve it, the company should build more projects within and outside the Kazakhstan, and they should complete projects faster. With this purpose, the company has planned its capacity decisions in three time horizons. In the short-term period, the company is trying to keep up with the finish dates of the current projects. Due to the COVID-19, the construction works slowed down and personnel of BI Group was allocated to build hospitals in all cities of Kazakhstan. Therefore, currently the company is applying all of the efforts to finish projects within promised dates. One of the measures is adding night shifts. In intermediate range planning, the company is planning to invest in subcontractors training since there is always problems with subcontractors' quality of work and qualifications on the projects. The company's aim is to create a list of qualified subcontractors with whom they may accomplish projects with confidence in the future. In terms of long-term planning, the company is aiming to launch massive industrial modular construction. In this type of construction, about 80% of construction works would be completed in factory, and ready models can be assembled on construction fields as a Lego. This will allow the company to accomplish projects in 5 to 7 months. So currently BI Group has built factory called Mode X in Nur-Sultan and planning to build it in Almaty. In the long term, most of the BI Group's apartments will be built by this method. Now let's talk about numbers. The company has scheduled for the current year that it should complete 1.1 million meters squared. However, due to weather conditions and subcontractor issues, they expect to complete 950,000 meters squared. So the design capacity is 1.1 million and effective capacity is 950,000 meters squared. And the actual output for the year is expected to be 875,000 meters squared. So we can calculate utilization. It will be 79.5%, and efficiency it will be much higher, 92.1%. The utilization rate dropped down due to issues with COVID-19 and subcontractors. However, efficiency is still high, and the efficiency rate gradually increases year by year due to applying lean principles in the company. The main bottleneck in the system is the shortage of qualified subcontractors in the regions. Due to their engineering mistakes, the rework is needed in most of the cases, and each day of rework affects the overall duration of the project. Another bottleneck is that sequence of construction work, which is not optimized. For example, the sequence currently is as following. Firstly, reinforced concrete building framework finishes, then masonry works finishes, and finally facade works may start and finish. So currently company is implementing the following sequence. Once building frame works reach third floor, the masonry works on the first floor may begin, and after the fifth floor of masonry works, for example, facade works may begin on the first floor. So the idea here is to complete works that are on critical path in parallel. In terms of capacity availability in the company, there are always available options for the clients. The company sells 50% of the new apartments within 2 or 3 days and 70% within the first 3 months after the construction and sale begins. As practice shows, around 90 to 95% of the assets are sold prior to finish date of the project. However, it should be mentioned that the lowest prices are available based on rule first come first served, and it can be said that BI group capacity exceeds the demand. However, since it's a construction business, it's difficult to meet the exact demand. Nevertheless, the apartments which remain unsold eventually will be sold, so it's a matter of time. Regarding the changes in demand, in September, BI Group sold a record amount of apartments. This occurred due to deferred demand because of quarantine. The situation showed that the company.
Now let's talk about location strategies. Location of BA Group's offices is one of the main company's advantages. Company has main facilities in Nur-Sultan that's strategically distributed across the city. The main office is the Green Tower that is located on the territory of residential complex Green Quarter. First, this location has particular advantage because of it's near to all the prospective company's products such as Headliner, PSC, Grand Opera, Generation, Grand Run, and so on. In addition, it is located in the private territory of the residential complex to avoid any type of external disturbances. Another great example of location strategy is Modex Factory for construction of models dedicated to residential complexes such as Nova City and Shaikholla. It is located in the manufacturing part of the city where factories of other companies are also located. This is for following governmental rules of production. Also, that location is also considered from the logistics point of view to supply all the necessary materials for construction purposes. Another example of the office location is office of BA Group service company that is located in the central part of the city where majority of companies' residential complexes are situated. The reason behind that coordinates is to be closest to clients and serve as effective as it could be. There are certain factors that influence working exactly at these sites. Firstly, site size and cost. All mentioned facilities are located at the territory mainly occupied by company's product. Therefore, there is no additional cost for paying for these offices and other facilities. In terms of the site size, as these are private by group's territory, there are no constraints. As an example of being close to railway, highway, air, and water system, Modex factory case could be presented. It is located near the rails and water in order to have less cost for material supplies. At the same time, there is a number of other facilities and factories that produce construction materials, and that fact is profitable for Modex in terms of proximity of services and supplies needed for business operation. Talking about environmental impact, factory was designed and planned in order to follow the green rules and reduce amount of emissions that could negatively affect city's atmosphere. In terms of customer density and demographics, the case of BA Client Service Company location could be mentioned, as it is focused on the company's customers. It was strategically located in concentration of BA Group's facilities, therefore it could be seen that company analyzed and used key success factors in order to locate its facilities with maximum benefit. BA Group has many facilities in Nur-Sultan that have strategic advantages. However, company aims to conquer other big cities of the country. It is projected that there will be other offices with strategic importance in cities as Almaty, Shymkent, Turkestan, and Atyrau. These cities are highlighted from other because company already has sales departments there and a few products of residential complexes. As price per square meter is at competitive level in the city's potential presence of BA Group there is inevitable. Now let's move to the next slide and see the comparison with the alternatives. Overall, company has a competitive advantage in terms of location strategy in comparison to other competitors in the country. That's because of superior number of projects completed in progress and potential and availability of capital resources that allow to invest more in real estate. And concluding part of location strategy, it could be mentioned that against the background of the competitors, BA Group has no significant problems. In fact, that company is a benchmark for others in terms of developments. The only recommendation in time of COVID-19 is to practice remote working and search for new hires from all the country's talents. That could be additional remote locational advantage of the company in terms of productivity. I think that's it for the allocation strategy.
After analyzing the interview provided with a representative BI Group company, it became apparent that the company is using several types of layout strategies due to their nature of operations. As the company has diversified its operations into several branches, as it was discussed in the first parts, such as BI development, BI construction and engineering, and so on. Also, due to these diversifications, they have different types of facilities such as offices, factories, and residential facilities. So, therefore, each type of facility is acquired its own layout strategy, which will be discussed in the following section.